Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We'll start at 7:05 now and we'll start our class. Can I request the co-host to choose a student for the starting prayer?
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Can we please have A5200, please?
Ji. A5200. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. A5200. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. I think they have muted themselves.
A5207, please.
A5207. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you recite the starting prayer for everyone?
Auzu billahi minash rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim. Alim. Oh my Lord, teach me what is best for me in your knowledge. Oh our Lord, accept from us you are all hearing, all knowing. Al-Baqarah 128.
Jazakallah. So today is just a revision class and I'll start listening to the surahs from everyone which you have memorized. Before that, I'll quickly go over the class etiquette. So make sure that everyone has performed their wudu and make sure that everyone has covered their heads either with a cap or a scarf. Everyone should have revised their lesson and make sure you're sitting with an adult and that your audio and video is off throughout the class. Make sure that you log in with the correct ID, otherwise you'll be placed in the waiting room. During the class, listen very attentively and keep your hands down unless you're requested. And if you have to leave the classroom, ask for permission. After the lesson, revise the lesson, and if you haven't memorized the surah, then memorize it and complete the assigned homework. And lastly, this class is just an additional support, so make sure that you recite your daily Holy Quran with your parents. Jazakallah. So now we'll start taking students to listen to the surahs.
Can we please have N6191 to recite Surah Al-Maun, please?
N6191. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. N6191.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. She's going to recite Surah Al-Fil.
Surah Al-Maun.
Okay. N6191. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Let's choose a different student. Who can have N6181, please? N6181.
Okay. N6181. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Surah Quraysh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. She's going to recite Surah Quraysh.
Ji.
Okay. N6181. You can start reciting whenever you're ready.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Jazakallah. N6181. Let me go to the surah. Yeah. So, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well, and your pronunciation is really good too. Just a few little mistakes. So, first of all, here we have the Madde Kabir, and you know that we have to prolong it for at least 5 seconds, counts, or beats. So, your one was a little short, and here, after Dal, we have the Waw of the elongation, and you know the rule for that, right? You have to prolong it for at least 2 seconds, counts, or beats. So instead of فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. Okay? Jazakallah. And which and 6 8. Which other surah is she going to recite?
Surah Fil.
Okay, and 6181?
G.
You have memorized Surah Al-Fil, right?
G.
You can start reciting that too.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسلنا عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
Okay, and 6181, Jazakallah. Let me go to the surah. Yeah. So first of all, here it's not again you have memorized the entire surah really well. Just one mistake in the memorization here is that you said wa arsalna. There is no noon with a fatha stroke or alif, so it's not wa arsalna, it's wa arsala alayhim. So make sure that you correct that mistake. And one mistake in pronunciation was here. Okay, so in the last verse, when you said وَجَعَلَهُمْ قَاسْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ, it's قَاسْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ, not مَأْكُولٍ. So there is no hamza on alif, or there is no ain, so you shouldn't pronounce it ma'kul. Okay, I'll go. Yeah, it's here. So فَجَعَلَهُمْ قَاسْفٍ ma'kul. So very lightly you have to pronounce the alif. Okay.
Okay.
Jazakallah. Is there any other surah she's going to recite?
Surah Humaza.
Okay. And 6181?
G.
You have memorized Surah Al-Humaza, right?
G.
Okay. You can start reciting that too.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah.
How's it start?
Wailul.
Oh. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده الذي جمع مالا وعدده الذي
يحسب
يحسب أن لم ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة.
Jazakallah. I'll go to the so here again you have memorized the surah really well. You just got a little confused at the third verse, so you couldn't remember the word yahsabu. So just keep going over the surah so that it sits in your memory. And again, just one little mistake here, the same as previous one. Here, Narullahil Muqada, because it's followed, meme is followed by vav of elongation. So in at least 2 seconds, elongate it for at least 2 seconds. Okay? Apart from that, mashallah, your pronunciation was really good. And have you also memorized Surah Al-Asr?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask the co-host if she can also recite Surah Al-Asr?
Yes.
Okay. You can start reciting it whenever you're ready.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
Jazakallah. So again, you have mashallah memorized really well, and if I ask you to recite the second verse again.
إنسان خسر.
Okay. Jazakallah. So I just wanted to confirm. So here these letters highlighted in blue. The reason why it's highlighted in blue is because the noon here it has to be silent. So instead of insana, it will be insana. Okay, you know the rule of ikhfa, right?
Yeah.
So here it is. It says here that the letters highlighted in blue, you have to perform ikhfa. So apart from that, it was really good. Jazakallah. Can we have the next student?
G, could we please have A5183 to recite Surah Al-Fil, please?
A5183.
G.
A5183. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. A5183.
Okay, we can come back to them later.
Yeah.
If we could please have A5191 to recite Surah Al-Fil, please.
A5191. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. A5191.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullah. Have you memorized Surah Al-Fil?
Yes.
Okay. You can start reciting it whenever you're ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل أرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول
كعصف مأكول.
كعصف مأكول.
Okay, let me go to the surah. So, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well. So, well done. And just a few mistakes in memorization. So, first one here, you said alam yajhal. It's not hal, it's not ha, it's ain, so it's yaj'al. Okay? It's a thick sound, so make sure that you correct that mistake. And the other mistake was here. So here it's not, it's wa arsala, but you said wa arsala. Okay? So it's not wa arsala, it's wa arsala alayhim tayran ababil. So make sure that you correct these two mistakes that you did in the memorization. Go over the surah again and again. And yeah, so apart from that, it is good. Have you memorized Surah Al-Humaza?
I have memorized it a little bit.
Okay. How much have you memorized?
What? Sorry?
How much have you memorized?
I think half of the surah.
Okay. So what we will do is that go home today and make sure that you memorize the full surah. So next week, another teacher can listen to that surah. Have you memorized Surah Al-Asr?
Yes.
Okay. You can start reciting that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
Jazakallah. So I'll go to the surah. Yeah, here. So again, you have memorized surah really well. Just a few mistakes. So first of all, it's illallazina amanu. So on top of alif, we have the. Okay, let me highlight it. So we have the elongated fatha, right? You know the rule for that, right? For the vertical fatha.
Yes.
So it's not amanu, it's amanu. You have to at least elongate it for 2 seconds. And here, amanu amilu salihat. Yeah, I think that was it. And again, here, the letter highlighted in blue, I just taught the other student that instead of insana, it will be insana. So the noon is going to be silent, hidden. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So make sure that you go over these mistakes and correct them. Have you memorized Surah Al-Takasur?
No.
Okay. It's okay. Slowly try to memorize all of them, okay? Jazakallah. Can we have another student?
Jade, can we please have N6204 to recite Surah Al-Nasr, please?
N6204, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam.
Have you memorized Surah Al-Nasr?
Yes.
Okay, you can start reciting that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Iza jaa nasrullahi wal fathu wa ra'aitan nasa yadkhuluna fi dinillahi afwaja. Fasabbih bihamdi rabbika wastaghfir innahu kana tawwaba.
Jazakallah. I'll go to the... So here, Jazakallah, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well. Just a few mistakes. So first of all, in the first verse, when you, at the end of every verse, you should pause, and when you pause, the last stroke will be silent, so you don't pronounce it. You said wal fathu. When you pause, it will become wal fath. Okay? And the second thing is, a lot of teachers have mentioned it in the previous lessons as well, and I have too, that here, Nasrullah, because this is the lam in the word Allah, it's lam-e jalala, right? The rule only applies to the word Allah. If the previous letter has a fatha or a dhamma stroke, in this case it's dhamma, then the lam has to be thick. Instead of Nasrullah, it will be Nasrullah. You understand? And lastly, your pronunciation was really good. Just this one mistake here. The letter is highlighted in purple, the noon mushaddad. When you perform gunna, you have to at least do it for 2 seconds. So instead of annasa, it will be annasa. Okay? And innahu. Okay. Have you also memorized Surah Al-Kafirun?
Yes.
Okay. You can start reciting that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun la ta'budu ma ta'budun wa la antum abiduna ma a'bud wa la ana abidun ma abadtum wa la antum abiduna ma a'bud lakum dinukum waliyadin.
Jazakallah. Can you recite again from Wala Ana Abidun?
Wala ana abiduna ma a'bud.
Okay. Can you recite this verse again, please?
Wala ana abiduna ma a'bud.
Okay. Jazakallah. I'll go to the verse, surah. So, first of all, in the first verse, you said قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْقَافِرُونَ. So here, this kaf is different from this kaf. Okay? This kaf is going to be thick, qul, but this one is going to be thin. So al-kafirun. Okay? And the second thing was here, at the end of the fourth verse, you have to perform qalqala. So it will be a'bud. Instead of a'bud, it will be a'bud. Okay? You have to make a jerking sound. You can hear the difference, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And the last thing is, the reason I asked you to recite this verse again and again, because I thought there is something wrong with the microphone, but I think you're saying it wrong. So here it's abidum ma abattum, but I kept on hearing abiduna ma abattum. Is that right? Were you saying abiduna? Okay. So anyway, correct that mistake. Okay, so here it's not noon. This does not become the sound of noon because you're joining the dal with the mim mushaddad. So it will become abidum ma abad. Okay? Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Have you also memorized Surah Al-Kawthar?
Yes.
Okay, you can start reciting that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainakal kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna janiyaka huwal abtar.
Jazakallah. So, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well. Again, just one mistake here. The letter highlighted in red, you have to perform kalkala. So instead of abtar, it will be abtar. Right? You have to make a jerking sound. So, Jazakallah. Have you also memorized Surah Al-Maun?
Yes.
Okay, you can start reciting that.
أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون.
Okay, Jazakallah. And 6204.
Jazakallah.
So, again, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well. Just a few mistakes in the pronunciation and memorization. So, first of all, here in the fourth verse, it's ala ta'amil miskin, not tu'amil. So, there is fatha on ta, not a dhamma. So, make sure that you correct that. If you go over the surah again and again, it should get better. And again, as I mentioned in the previous surah, here it won't be an salatihim. The noon has to be silent or hidden, so it will be an salatihim. Okay. And lastly, here we have the madde kabir. So you have to elongate it for at least 4 seconds counts or beats. Okay? Jazakallah.
Jazakillah.
Can we have another student?
Can we have A5185 to recite Surah Al-Humazah, please?
Yes. A5185, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Sorry, if we could have A5193, please, to recite Surah Al-Takathur.
Okay. A5193, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. A5193, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Okay, A5193, there is noise coming from behind you, so if you make sure that there is no noise behind you, we will choose you later.
If we could please have A5223 to recite Surah Al-Qariyah, please.
A5223, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Walaikum assalam rahmatullah. Have you memorized Surah Al-Qariyah?
Yes.
Okay. You can start reciting it.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم القارية وما القارية وما أدراك ما القارية يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش فأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية وما من خفت موازينه فأمه في عيشة راضية وما من خفت موازينه فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي نار هامية.
Jazakallah. So I'll go to the surah here. So mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well. Just a few mistakes in the pronunciation. So first of all, and I felt like you rushed a little bit. So maybe if you went a little bit slower, it wouldn't have happened. But so first of all, here we have Madde Saghir, and I've said it a few times already. We have to at least elongate it for 3 seconds counts or beats. And then we have the Noon Mushaddad here, and we have to make the Gunna sound, and again we have to at least make it for 2 seconds counts or beats. And lastly, here we have the inverted Madda, which has to be again elongated for at least 2 seconds counts or beats. So all of these rules are related to time, and if you go slowly, you can perform them really well. So I think if you recite slowly next time, I think you won't make the same mistakes. Jazakallah. Can we have another student? A5, A5185 maybe?
A5185?
I think there was noise previously.
They were A5193. If we could please have N6184.
Okay. N6184, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
To recite Surah Al-Fil, please.
Okay. Should I start?
Yes. Jazakallah.
Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
Okay. And 6184, Jazakallah. I'll go to the surah. Yes. So, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well. If you can just recite a little slowly and focus on your melody as well. So, like, as if you would do if you were taking part in a competition. So, first of all, here we have the
No.
and sorry, and 6184.
G.
So first of all, here we have the vertical fatha. So you have to try and prolong it for at least 2 seconds counts or beats. And apart from that, I think it was really good.
Okay.
You performed all the rules really well. Kalkala and ikhfa and everything. So yeah. Have you also memorized Surah Al-Humaza?
Surah Humaza, G.
Okay, you can start reciting that whenever you're ready.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يعلم أن ماله لأخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة ولا أدراك ما الحطمة نار
Okay.
الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في حمد ممددة.
Okay, and 614, Jazakallah. I'll go to the. Before I go to the surah, can you recite from Allazi Jama'a? I'll tell you when to stop. Allazi Jama'a.
الذي جمع
Malan wa addada.
الذي جمع مالا وعدده يعلم يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار.
Okay, Jazakallah. So yeah, I just wanted to see if it was one time or if you're really confused. So here, in the fourth verse, the first word, it's yahsabu, but you were confused the first time you recited it and the second time, and you said ya'lamu, right? So it's not that big of a mistake, but if you keep going over it again and again, so if, take the Quran and look at the words carefully and recite it, because if you keep revising it in your head, then the wrong word will be stuck in your mind. So yeah, go over the surah, but have it in front of you and memorize it. Secondly, the first time you recited the sixth verse, instead of wama here, you said wala. So I know they sound alike, ma and la, but it can have an effect on the meaning. So make sure that you learn the right word, which is wama. And lastly, here, Ya'lamu. Yeah, that one is done. Yeah, here. Fi amadim mumaddada. So it's ain amadim, but you said fi hamadim. So make sure that you go over the surah again and correct these mistakes in memorization. Okay? Have you also memorized Surah Al-Asr and 6184?
Hello?
Yeah. Have you all you are listening, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you also memorized Surah Al-Asr?
G.
Okay, you can start reciting that.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
Jazakallah. So I'll go to the surah. Yeah. So first of all, again, you kind of said the wrong word here. It's illallazina, and I think you realized it that you said innallazina, and you realized that it's not innallazina, but you still said it. Even the second time you said the verse here. So if I ask you to recite the surah again, can you please do?
Sorry. Should I recite it again?
Yeah.
Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
Okay, Jazakallah. So yeah, as I said, because it's innal insana, you keep on saying innal lazina here as well, when actually it's illal lazina. So make sure that you correct that mistake. And here, when you say watawasaw bil haqqi watawasaw bis sabr, if you're not stopping, then in continuation, make sure that you say bil haqqi watawasaw bis sabr. But if you are gonna stop, then say bil haqq. Okay, even if you are taking a small pause. So yeah, apart from that, your pronunciation was really good. Jazakallah. Have you also memorized Surah At-Takasur?
G.
Okay, you can start reciting that whenever you're ready.
Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم.
Jazakallah. So yeah, I'll go to the verse. Yeah, here. So again, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well, and your pronunciation was really good as well. Again, if you just read a little slower and give the proper timing to all the strokes. So for gunna, it will be 2 seconds, as I said already. And for the vertical fatha, also 2 seconds. And apart from that, you did really well. So, Jazakallah. Can we have another student?
Jay, could we please have 85198 to recite Al-Asr, please?
A5198. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Walaikum salam.
Have you memorized Surah Al-Asr?
Yes.
Okay, you can start reciting that whenever you're ready.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
Jazakallah. A5198. So, mashallah, your memorization is really good. You just made a little mistake in the pronunciation in the first verse. In the second verse, actually. So it's innal insana lafi khusr, but instead of lafi, because it has a fatha stroke, you said lafi. So there is no vertical fatha or alif next to the lam, so it cannot be lafi, right?
No.
So make sure that you correct that mistake. And apart from that, it was really good. Have you also memorized Surah Al-Humaza?
Yes.
Okay, you can also recite that.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Takasur.
He has already done Surah Al-Humaza?
Yeah, it's A5198.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. A5198,
Yes.
have you memorized Surah Takasur?
A little bit of it.
Okay, so not even half?
About half.
Okay. Make sure to memorize it completely for the next lesson, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can we have another student?
All of it.
Yeah. If we could please have N6191 to recite Surah Al-Maun.
N6191. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Apologies, I think they are muted. If we can have
Okay.
N6206.
Okay. There is a lot of noise. Is that N6191?
That's N6206.
Okay. N6206. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Alaikum.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullah. Which surah is N6206 going to recite?
They will be reciting Surah Al-Fil.
I'm sorry about the noise. And also, which surah am I reciting?
Surah Al-Fil. Okay, you have memorized Surah Al-Fil, right?
G.
Okay, you can start reciting that.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعله كعصف مأكول.
Jazakallah. And 6206. Can you recite from Alam Yaj'al again? I'll tell you when to stop.
ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل.
Jazakallah. So I'll go to the surah. So, mashallah, you have memorized the surah really well, and your pronunciation was really good as well. I think you performed the kalkala and all the rules correctly. So, yeah, that was really good. I just felt like the first time you said here fa arsala. So, yeah, but the second time I heard it, you did say va arsala, so that's fine. And here, just one thing here, alam yaj'al qaidahum. You said alam yaj'al qidahum. So make sure that you pronounce it correctly. Even though it's followed by ya, you have to pronounce the fatha on the ka. So when you connect those two, it should become qaidahum and not the other way around. So yeah, that's it. And that's it for today, Jazakallah. And it's time to conclude the class. So make sure that everyone memorizes all the surahs, and if you have memorized them, then keep revising them so that you get over your mistakes. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that for your tests, which will happen in the upcoming weeks before this course ends, you can go to this website, info@nqc.org.uk, and there you can find recitations of the surahs. So you can use this website to prepare for your tests. Okay? Can we have a student to recite the ending prayer?
Can we please have A5222?
A5222, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you recite this ending prayer for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Jazakallah.
ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم.
Jazakallah. And the translation?
O Allah, accept this effort and service from us. O you are the most hearing, the most knowing.
Jazakallah. So with this, we'll end our today's class. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
A5200 have a question.
Okay. Jazakallah. A5200. A5200. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
He's gone maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does anyone else has a question? Then A5196, do you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask him about.
Okay, he's muted.
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah, I just wanted to say that I had a go yesterday, but I just wanted to say that I wanted to read a surah. Is it possible for me to read a surah on Monday?
Inshallah, but there are other students as well who didn't had a go yesterday and probably didn't had a go today either. So we always arranged the students in a priority list. So
yeah, no, but
yeah, if
I'm
there,
not being like, I'm not being selfish. I'm just saying that I haven't read surahs for like it's been nearly 2 weeks.
Okay.
I've been only reading the ending prayer and the beginning prayer.
Okay, if that's true, then inshallah you'll have on Monday. But in our records, we'll check, and then we always choose the students in priority. So if you haven't had it for 2 weeks, then we'll try. Okay, Jazakallah. So, does anyone has a question? If anyone has a question, please raise hand. Otherwise, remove your hands. A5224.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Do you have a question?
Yes, when is the class all the classes gonna end?
So inshallah it will end in 3 weeks from now on Friday the 21st of December, I think.
Okay. Are they gonna start again?
Inshallah it will start next year in September after this. Otherwise we'll let you know if there are any changes in the plan. Okay? Jazakallah. So with this, we'll end our today's class, and you can always send your questions through email or WhatsApp group. So Jazakallah.